Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline if you are new here. And on my channel recently, I have been documenting the journey and the process of opening thrift stores, plural, in Houston because me and my mom opened one thrift store in Houston in December, and then really quickly afterwards we got a crazy opportunity to open another one, which is now opening on March 1st. So things are happening, things are crazy around here, there's a lot going on. And this video is gonna be a recap of the last week because the last week was a very triumphant one. It was just so amazing compared to weeks prior. So I just wanted to talk about it and just talk about some of the wins that our little business has had recently, and also specifically that I've had recently, because for me, it was things that I finally figured out that made the week just phenomenal. So let's just get right into it. So let me start with a little bit of a backstory about this thing that I finally accomplished. So essentially when we opened the first thrift store on South Post Oak, we opened it with a very basic cash register and system. It's like literally just a basic register and the card reader that's like separate from the register. I've talked about this a lot before, so if you see my other videos, sorry, I've said it a lot. Basically we started with that, and it was always my goal to upgrade it to a full all-in-one POS system. When we decided we were doing a second store, I finally had the time to fully figure out a POS system and kind of use our first store as the test subject to set up that system before we put them in the new store when it opened up. So I've been on this whole journey to set up these dang systems, and I've talked about one of the incidents that happened where we tried to switch to it one day. I thought it was working, and then it was really stressful because it turned out it didn't work right and I messed it up a little bit and I felt really awful, and it was just a really stressful day. But it took me a long time to figure it out because I had to book appointments with the technical support people from this company, and they weren't always available at the earliest time that I was available. And then in the middle of all of this, I got sick for like basically 5 days. Like I was out for 5 days, and I just felt like I was so far behind on figuring out this system because we're getting really close to our opening date for the second location. So yeah, that was just stressing me out so bad, and I really couldn't figure it out on my own. I needed these people on technical support to do it for me so I could see how they're doing it and know how to do it for the future. And so what happened was one day, say it was Monday, I think it was Monday, I finally had a meeting with the people. They set up the system, it was working perfectly. And then we used it for a couple of hours, and then I really don't know what I did, but all I remember is that I opened the receipt printer settings, which y'all know how I feel about printers if you've also seen my other videos. But basically, me and printers do not coexist literally ever. They never work out for me, no matter what kind of printer it is. It's just like always has issues, and that was basically the thing that was causing me the most issues with this system, was the receipt printer and how it connected to our computer. I don't even remember all of the times that it just failed to connect for reasons that I just couldn't figure out, so that's why I needed the technical support to tell me. But essentially when they finally set it up on that Monday, it was working for a while, and then I opened the receipt printer's settings because I was trying to see if I can like do this one thing, and I swear I touched maybe one thing that I was certain wouldn't mess it up, like it shouldn't have messed it up, but it messed it up so bad that the receipt printer stopped working. Like in every way it showed that it was connected to our computer, but when we sent it jobs to print, it wouldn't print. Like there was an error in the way it was connected even though it showed it as connected. It was so, I don't even know how to describe it because it was just messed up. So then I started getting really upset. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? How did I do that? And I literally was on the phone with technical support for like an hour and a half. And I don't think I've ever been more patient in my life than that phone call. And they didn't fix it by the end of it. Because I think there's two like teams of technical support. Say there's an A team and a B team. The A team set up the register right the first time, but the B team is who was trying to help me when I messed it up, because I think the A team stopped working by that time of day. So B team could not figure it out, and I was so stressed out. I literally went home like crying basically. I like called my fiance and I was like, I'm done. I'm so over it. I can't believe that this receipt printer has just like destroyed me completely. And I was so sad, and I was literally so stressed out, and I was crying, and I was just like, just so overwhelmed because I feel like I was never gonna figure it out, and that it was never gonna like be stable enough to trust it to use every day. But then when the B team technical support couldn't figure it out, I immediately scheduled another meeting with the A team, and that was for like a couple days later. And I think it was actually on a Friday, which was Valentine's Day. So I had that meeting early on Friday, and finally this beautiful person got it to work. And he got it to work in a way where like he could tell me how to fix it, and like I knew what to do if something weird happens. And it was just such an amazing moment. I was literally like praising the guy on the phone. I was like, thank you so much. Oh my God, you don't know what you've done for me. Like, you've literally solved one of my biggest problems in my life. And not only that, but while I was on the phone with this guy getting this register finally set up in like a consistent way, like set up in a way where it's really hard to explain, but it just felt shaky before, and now I was really confident that it wasn't gonna bug out on us anymore. And while that was happening, while I was on the phone, the people that were putting up our sign on the store came to the store. I was literally on the phone and I was like, what are the employees looking at? Because they were like looking out the window, and I was like, what is it? And then I'm still on the phone and I look out the window and the people are there with the little lift truck thing. I forgot what that's called, but the thing that lifts people up to put signs up. And I was like, yes! Like, I was so excited. I literally had to like mute myself on the phone and be like, yes! Oh my God! Because we waited so long to get our sign, and it was just obviously something I was really anticipating. I really wanted to see our sign finally on the building. It was such a magical moment. Not only was it Valentine's Day, but our registers finally worked and the sign was finally being put up. And also the people on the phone were able to connect me to another person to help fix this other issue that was really bothering me. I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time explaining this. Was basically that when we scanned items with barcodes, they wouldn't get scanned in to the sale immediately, which you would think they would because that's how it's supposed to work. But another person a couple of days before had told me that that's a glitch and we can't fix it. And it just made it really clunky when we were, you know, scanning barcode items. I was kind of upset about that with the company. I was like, you're literally a POS company. Like, this is your job, is to make it seamless. Like, why is it so clunky? And it was like a glitch that they couldn't figure out. And I was like, okay, I guess we just have to live with it. But then on Friday when I was calling them, they were able to connect me to another team. And I asked them again just to be sure, just to see like whoever they connect me to happened to know the answer to this and the other people just didn't know yet. And they were able to fix this issue like pretty quickly. All they needed to do was send me a barcode to scan with the scanner. And then it like updated the scanner in a way to tell it to immediately add items into the sale, instead of like before it was adding it into a search bar and then you had to press enter to put it in the sale. But then it would immediately add it to the sale after I just scanned this barcode that they emailed me. And I, again, just started praising this guy. I was like, you need to tell all of your coworkers this, because I was so mad the other day when they told me that it's just a glitch and they can't fix it and IT team is on it, but who knows how long it's gonna take. I was like, you are my savior. Thank you so much. I was like, do you have a direct phone number that I can like reach you if we have any more issues? Because he just seemed like he knew a lot more what he was talking about than the other people I had talked to on the phone, which I talked to so many people on the phone at that point. Friday was, I can't even express to you how relieving Friday was. I was incredibly happy. Again, it was Valentine's Day and all of these issues that we were having were finally coming to a close. And then we started using our new register. I trained the girls on it real fast, which they already kind of knew how to use it because we had tried to use it once before when it didn't work. But showed them how to use it again, and then we like switched to that register for like half of the day just as a trial run to see if anything weird would happen. Nothing weird happened, and I finally felt confident in this new POS system. And I wish I could like fully put y'all in my shoes so you can understand the stress that I was under to get that figured out. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but like I have a timeline for the new store's opening and I needed to have it figured out for the new store. Like, we have the systems ready to put in the new store and I had to know how to use them. And at some points I was so scared of it that I was like, do I have to return everything and do more research and try and find another company? Like, am I gonna have to start over? I was just so scared I was gonna have to start over and lose some money that we spent on this company's equipment. But really the only thing that saved me was just trying to be as patient as possible and just knowing it was gonna work out even if I didn't know how it was gonna work out. And then they put the sign up and it looks so good. Like, it looks so bright, and like when you're driving by those intersections you cannot miss it. It like really grabs your attention. But we were so happy to see it. I kept running outside to go see the progress, and they didn't finish until like 10 p.m. or something, like really late. So then the next morning, guys, this is the first morning after the day that they fully installed it. I think they were here until like pretty late finishing the installation of our sign, and I just drove up and I got here a little extra early so that I could take a good video with like not many cars around. I can't believe we have a sign. It's so crazy to see it. The fact that I literally designed this thing in Canva and then just like a couple texts, calls, Zelle payments, this and that, contracts, and all of a sudden the sign that I designed on Canva is on our store is insane to me. Like seeing it just come to life, literally, I can't believe it's finally up. This is insane. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the car and like get a good video of it for sure. Check her out. It looks so incredibly bright, almost too bright, but I think it's good because these signs I'm sure get dirty and get worn out like pretty quickly. So I think the brighter they start, the better. Like I literally just made that in Canva and then now it's a sign on our store and it's massive too. Like we wanted it big and I think we got what we wanted because it is really, really big. Originally we were thinking about going more similar to the Subway sign, but we kind of thought that was maybe too small. And yeah, I think we got it pretty big. I feel like you can tell the store has a woman's touch to it, and I think that's so important because so many stores these days are owned by men, and you can tell. Yeah, I'm just very, very proud of it and so proud of my mom and just everything that we've managed to do so far. It's honestly crazy what we're trying to do. I would not recommend it. Like wait a little bit before you open a second store. It's insane. Yeah, so that was just like literally the most glorious day of this year for me, I feel like, because I just felt an immense amount of relief and I could finally stop being so stressed and I knew how to work the system. So really that's the biggest update, is that day we had on Friday. And I guess the other really big important thing that I need to tell you guys about is that we're having a grand opening for our new store. And I might have mentioned that last time, but now I finally have a flyer and we're gonna have a live DJ and face painting for the kids. That was my mom's idea. I was like, okay, I guess there is gonna be a lot of kids. Apparently my mom knew a face painter, so everything's gonna be 10% off, and we're also gonna have a $10 sign-up bonus for our rewards program, where for the rewards program you get 5% rewards on all of your purchases, but on this day only we're gonna have $10 sign-up bonus, so you get $10 basically as a discount on your next purchase when you come and buy anything. I think you scan a little QR code on the receipt and then sign up, and then you get your bonus. So it's pretty sweet. And yeah, if you're in Houston, I would love to have you and to see you guys. And if there's a big turnout, I said this in a video on my Instagram, if there's a big turnout, I might cry because that would just be amazing to see. And I don't know, I'm just very excited about that. Very nervous too, have to admit, but very excited. And yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. I just wanted to give you a little recap. A very exciting day we had recently, and everything has been going good ever since. So yeah, go to the Instagram for more details about the grand opening on the grand opening flyer if you want to see more about that. And the Instagram always just has updates on sales we're doing and what's going on in the store, that kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed that little recap. I just wanted to share those beautiful moments that we had. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. And I hope to see you guys at the grand opening of Fashion Thrift 2 on 249. Okay, bye!